just going to do a couple of stretches. So if you just want to sit down and cross your legs, you're going to just bring your hands onto your knees and you're going to sit straight. Then you're going to bring your chin to your chest and you're really going to just arch your back round, really bringing in your stomach, bringing everything down so you really see the arch. And then go the opposite way, so you're bringing your shoulder blades together, you're pushing your hands onto your knees and you're bringing your head all the way back up. And then we'll do the opposite again. Chin to chest, stomach in, and arching your back. Then bringing your shoulder blades together and head up all the way back. Then if you come onto your hands and knees, and you're just going to do the same thing, but this time, from your hands and your knees. So you're going to bring your shoulder blades together and bring your head all the way up. And then tuck your stomach in, chest up, head all the way down. And then shoulder blades together, head up. Chin to chest and back down. Then from here you're going to really tuck your toes in, push your hips up and really push from your hands so that your head is tucked underneath. If it's uncomfortable with your legs, then just like bend your knees a little bit, and you can also walk them back and forth. You're really going to try and like push your shoulder blades away from your ears. And it's really as if you're like pushing it, get something, like really like a push up. And just hold here, stomach tucked in. And yeah, like I say, if you need to bend your knees, then please do it. You want to, instead of being like that, you want to be more like that, if you can. And then you've also got the stretch here as well. And you're going to walk your feet up to your hands, bring it all the way up, and you're just going to hold it like as much as you can, really stretching your arms up, and just a tiny little back bend that you just feel it a little bit on your back, but not too much, just what feels comfortable for you. And then bring it all the way back down. And again, bend your knees, where you need to. And try and just hang your head and hold your elbows and turn from left to right. Then you're going to go back into the down dog. And you're going to bring your right foot in front of you, in between your hands. And you're just going to bring your leg down, your left leg down, and then bring yourself up. And that will really help here and also in your lower back. And if you raise up your hands as much as you can and just looking forward. Then bring your arms down, and you're just going to change foot. So just bring the right back and the left in front of you, lower the right down and lift up. And again, just have your arms straight. Just make sure your knee as well as above your ankle. You don't want it to be too far over, and just hold the position. Then hands down, toe under, lifting up. This time you're going to bring the right foot in front again, and this time you're going to come all the way up without lowering your leg, and just again bounce a little bit. And then bring your left arm to the side, left foot also to the side, and then
onto this pose where only your right leg is bent and your arms are to the side and you're really facing your hips in front of you. Okay. Then you want to straighten your right foot and come over from the hips to the side and hold your hand onto your thigh and look up the way. This will really help that lower back area here. And then upwards, you're going to turn your right foot to face forward and your left foot to face to the left. And you're going to bend your left foot and just bounce onto that position. Then straighten your left foot or your left leg and then bring your left body over to the left, really coming from the hips. And then you can hold on to your thigh or on your knee, wherever is more comfortable, and then look up. And then straighten back together. So then you're going to again turn your right foot to the right, and you're going to also bring your left foot also facing the right, and you're going to try and come from the hips. You can make your stance a little bit smaller if you want. Come from the hips and you're just going to lean forward as much as you can. You'll feel a lot of the stretch from here, but it'll also be working your lower back. And you can hold it wherever you want. It could be here, it could be further down. So yeah, wherever is most comfortable for you. And coming up, you're going to turn and face the left, and then do the same on the opposite side. Then from here, come back up. Then you're going to come down into like a really, really wide squat. So have your feet as far apart as you need, and come all the way down as what you can. And you're going to try and sit in between, like as if what you did when you were a child, and you're going to use your elbows to push your feet away, and really try to keep your chest up and facing upwards, and that will really help the lower back towards your butt, and it's a really good position to sit in. If you feel as well, you can move your feet from side to side. If you need to go on your toes, that's also fine, but try and obviously have your feet as flat as possible so you can move around from side to side, whatever you feel more comfortable. Then we're going to come down onto our forearms, and then just do a simple plank. It will also help the lower back. Try and make sure obviously that your butt's in line with the rest of your body. And lower your hips down, straighten out the back of your legs, and you're just going to hold it here, and you'll really feel it here this time. Just make sure you're facing forward, that your head's in line, and that the stretch is coming from your back. and come down onto your forearms, and from here you're going to make the stretch even more by pushing yourself up as much as you can. And if you feel comfortable, you can also put your head back. And come back down. I would recommend that you actually repeat that one particularly a few times, because it can really help with your lower back, especially when you have some days where you just like need to straighten it out quickly. Then that's a really good exercise. The next one would be coming onto your back, and it's called fish pose. You just straighten out your leg. You're going to come up onto your elbows a little bit, and you're going to just bring your head back like that. And that's more for your middle back. You just want to have an arch from where your back is. Another good one is if you put your feet on the ground around the hip width distance apart, come onto your back and just lift up your hips and try and catch your arms underneath. This one's also a good exercise that I would say that you could repeat quite often, because it really works obviously your butt but also the lower back part there. You can also intensify it by bringing it down and back up and just holding it there for 20 to 30 seconds. And then if you come up onto your arms as well and just intensifies it into like a bridge, and let your head fall back, really tucking in the core. Any lower back problems you have also has a link towards the core, so the more that you work on your core, the better your back normally is as well. And just coming down, coming back to lying, and we'll just do a twist. So you literally just bring your left leg up, you're just going to bring it round to your right. Try and make sure your hips doesn't come too far over, so just bring it as much as you can, and then your left arm line out and you look out towards your left. And then straighten that leg. Do it on the opposite side. We'll just bring the right leg up, bring it over towards the left, and you're just going to look over to the right. And then bring it back over. Then you're just going to bring your knees up towards beside you, and you're going to try and hold on to your feet, and you just bring it down, and it's called happy baby pose, because it really is like when you're a baby, and it really helps to massage the spine. So you can rock yourself back and forth, you can rock yourself side to side. You're really going to try though to use your elbows to move your legs like far out, and just have this pose where you really feel like you're trying to get your back onto the ground as much as possible. Then bring your feet together, and you're going to have them touching and bring them down onto the ground, and it's in a butterfly pose. So you just want to make sure your hips are still on the ground and get your knees as close to the ground as you can, and that will also just help your hip area. You can also use your hands to try and like push your legs down if you want. And then come up, straighten your legs. You just want to try and make sure you're really coming from the hips. You're going to come over and try and touch your toes. This will help release any tension that you've got here, and it's also linked to the lower back. So really try and like just like push your hips back a little bit and really be coming from here. So the aim is not to like get yourself over to your toes, it's more just to come more from the hips and over and really have your chest like lying onto your thighs. That's the main part. It doesn't really matter if you can touch or if you're only here. It's more just trying to get this feeling where you're going up and over rather than like trying to grab your feet. And then just come up onto your knees. And we'll come down into child pose, so you bring your arms out in front of you and you just put your head onto the mat, and from here stretch. And that will really stretch out the middle back area, because you really want to be trying to reach in front of you and pull yourself that way. Then you're going to bring your arms behind you and interlock them and try and bring that up as well. And bring them down by your side. And that's all. If you have any more questions, then let me know, and I've got other poses that I can send to you, but see how you get on with that first. And yeah, I hope that helps.